afternoon, folks. Big Bo with RVs with Big Bo at Parkway RV Center. Thought I'd do a fifth wheel. Been a day or two since I've done one of these, and got in this value priced 2013 Crossroads Cruiser. And this is a smaller one. This is the 27LX. It's 29 feet long. Only weighs 7,200 pounds. And this is something you can tow. And I do not use the term half-ton towable, guys. I despise that term. Half-ton trucks there's no such thing as a universal half-ton towable anything, because half-ton trucks have such a wide variety of tow capacities. I mean, I've seen half-ton trucks that can tow 4,000 pounds and that's all they can tow. I've seen half-ton trucks that can tow 13,000 pounds and anything in between. So I do not use that term, because there's so much more to factor into towing a fifth wheel with a half-ton truck than just the weight. You've got the size of the camper, you've got the turning radius, you've got the size of the truck bed, the width of the truck bed. A lot of people don't think about that. You don't want to crunch your cab every time you make a turn. So there's a lot of factors that you have to factor in to know if you can tow a particular fifth wheel with your truck and what kind of hitch you need. And that's when you need the professionals' help. But this particular one can be towed by many half-ton trucks. Just leave it at that. And if you want to know if your truck can tow this, measure your bed size, your bed width, and give us a call, and we'll try to help you out with that. But this is a 13 model Cruiser, 27LX. It weighs 7,200 pounds, has one slide out. It is a rear lounge. And what I like about this one is a very high insulation factor, R28. So this is something you can use year round. It's something you can use recreationally, and it's actually even insulated well enough to use as a full-time or semi-full-time fifth wheel as well. It's only $19,900. It's actually a pretty nice fifth wheel for that price, and it's not perfect. You got a little bit of fade here and there on some of the stripes, and I'm just pointing this stuff out, so you know, don't come in here expecting it to be brand new. You can see right here it's a little bit faded here and there. Does have a nice big power awning that pretty much covers the side. It looks like somebody's put a brand new 6-gallon water heater in. Tires, Goodyear tires, that's a good sign. A little bit of fading on the stripe, which means it's been parked outside somewhat. I do have it hooked into 30 amp electrical service. It does have the AC going, blowing icicles, because it is pretty warm outside. Very nice Yakima, I think I'm saying that right, Yakima bicycle rack on the back. Goes with it. A little bit of fading on the paint on the sides of the slide outs, but you're only going to see that when it's slid out. I am going to try this, guys, and if I get stuck, well, I'm not going to try that. That would be wouldn't be good to get stuck like that. 40 pounds ago, yeah, no problem. Not now. And you can see over here, looks good. You got an outside shower. Slide out looks good, all that. Spare tire underneath it. And we do offer delivery service, guys, $2 a mile. And that's one way. We only charge one way. So, you know, if you're going to set this up on some property or set it up on, heck, I don't know, a permanent camp spot or even a monthly or yearly camp spot, we can deliver it for $2 a mile, local or long distance. Just figure $2 a mile from 5568 Battlefield Parkway. One way. We don't charge for the return trip, and you got it. Now, the previous owners have done a little custom stuff with the furniture. Custom as is, they did take the furniture out, replaced it with, I guess, something that was a little more comfortable for them, that better suited their needs. They took the sofa and the table booth out. They put more of a house-style table and chairs in here, and two house-style huge recliners. I guess it was a couple that had it. I do got to hang that light back up. I didn't. The screws are missing out of it, or I would have hung it up before I shot this. So TV, all the TVs are in it. Got a stereo system. Carpet looks great. Nice hardwood cabinets. You know, Crossroads is pretty high up in the Keystone or a Thor lineup. You've got solid surface countertops, ducted roof air that works great. You've got a Norcold two-way RV refrigerator freezer. CD stereo, which probably has a DVD player built in if I had to guess. They let you a handy little cheat sheet so you can see what you can run on 30 amp electrical service, and looks pretty accurate. 16 amps, start up for roof air, 11.4 constant, you know, all that looks pretty accurate. And you know, it's pretty roomy in here, and it's a low profile fifth wheel too, so again, makes it a little easier for most half-ton trucks to tow it. And again, I do not use the term half-ton towable. It's like I was, like I said, I detest that term. It's like if somebody came out with a Supreme pizza and said, hey, guess what? This is 100% allergy-free. Nobody in the world can have an allergic reaction to anything on this pizza. Well, guess what? Somebody in the world is allergic to something on that pizza. And it's the same way by using half-ton towable. And I wish manufacturers, dealers, and other people on YouTube and in advertising would quit using that term, because it is so it's kind of like the like new term that people use in advertising. There's no such thing as like new. It's either used or new. There's no in between. Yeah, there might be nice used ones, but they're still used. They're not going to be perfect. I've been doing this for 25 years. I've never seen the absolute perfect used RV that didn't have you know, anything at all, any imperfection in it. They don't exist. They're imperfected. There's imperfections when they're brand new. So, but anyway, that's a rant for another day. Decent amount of storage. You've got, you know, considering this is under a 30-foot fifth wheel. Now, it's not a high profile, so you do have to stoop down a little bit when you go toward the front. Behind the door right here, they got a little something, a little bench or storage area, I guess. Going into the bedroom, you do have a queen island bed, and you can stand up straight. At least I can. I'm 6'4", until you get to the foot of the bed. Then if you want to go further, you got to stoop down, because that's when the roof slopes, which, you know, helps you tow it better. Maybe get a little better fuel mileage when towing it. TV up in the corner, storage underneath the bed. Mini closets on each side, plus a little bit of storage underneath the bed. And your bathroom, not bad. Solid surface vanity top. And glassed in shower with a skylight that looks great. You know, I don't smell any mildew or anything like that in here, so. Shower, a little neo-angle shower. Not a huge shower, but big enough even for somebody my size, and it's not a huge fifth wheel either, so hence the weight and the size. And again, guys, any questions about towing, call one of my salespeople, and they can give you advice on towing, and you know, tell them about your truck. I also have a tow guide in the video description below if you want to look up the weight you can tow. But again, towing with a half-ton is more than just weight. You've got a bed width, bed length. You need to measure the distance between the rear axle of your truck and the back of the tailgate. I mean, and I'm talking about the inside width of your truck bed as well. If you've got the Ram boxes, let me go ahead and tell you guys, technically, you're not supposed to put a fifth wheel in it. Now, you can look online. There are YouTube videos where people have, and I use the word rig up, a way to tow a fifth wheel with the Ram boxes. That's those side-mounted toolboxes. It's several. You're going to spend a few $1,000s rigging it up. I'm not a big fan of rigging up stuff, to the point that if you've got the Ram boxes in your truck bed, I recommend sticking to a travel trailer. You might argue with me, and you might spend $3,000 or $4,000 rigging your truck up. If you've got the ram boxes, and you might tow a fifth wheel for years and never have a problem. Might prove me wrong. I don't know. I like doing stuff by what the factory recommends, by the people that built the truck. I don't like going against, you know, anything that the factory says. You know, just because I've learned when you take shortcuts, I've learned a long time ago, shortcuts can lead to disaster. And that's why I've always been a big fan of strictly going by the rules. And when Ram tells me it can't be done, I'm going to go by what the truck manufacturer tells me over what some stranger on the internet tells me that can be done. So again, your truck, your fifth wheel, use your best judgment. But anyway, just do your research. If you've got a half-ton truck, if you're going to buy a truck to tow a fifth wheel, I recommend get the longest truck bed that you can get. Not only is it going to be more comfortable, you can get away with a lot less inexpensive hitch. If you get a 6.5 or even 8 foot long bed, guys, you can put a regular fifth wheel hitch in. You're talking what, $800-900 versus $2,000 or $3,000 for a fifth wheel hitch, and you don't have to worry about crunching your cab every time you make a sharp turn. Not only that, but a longer bed truck's on a longer wheelbase. It's going to tow so much better. It's going to sway less and ride a lot better. So I'm a big fan. You know, when I towed for a living, I always drove an 8 foot bed, long wheelbase dually truck. You know, better to have too much truck than not enough, but not everybody wants to drive that every day. So I do always recommend, you know, 3/4 ton truck or better, but I know not everybody. Again, half-ton truck. Just do your research before buying a truck. If you're going to buy a truck, tow a fifth wheel. And remember, it's a lot cheaper to upgrade the fifth wheel camper than the truck. So go ahead and buy you a heavy enough truck in case you want to buy a bigger fifth wheel later on, that you don't have to upgrade the truck, if that makes sense. So buy a bigger truck than you need for your first fifth wheel. That way, hey, if you like the fifth wheel but you want something bigger, you can buy a bigger fifth wheel without having to buy a bigger truck. Anyway, sorry, don't mean to rant about that. I just like trying to give some advice from my personal experience and many interactions with customers over the years who have been in the same situation that a lot of my viewers have been. You know, I want to buy a fifth wheel. What kind of truck do I need? Do I need to buy a half-ton? Do I need to buy a 3/4 ton, gas, a diesel? I know it's all up to budget. I know not everybody wants to go out and spend 60-70 grand on a pickup truck. Hey, I get it. I don't either. But you know, if you can afford a diesel, of course, diesel is always going to be superior. It's more expensive, but like anything else in life, it's going to be, you know, you get what you paid for. It's more expensive, but it's a superior towing experience. Gas will do the job within reason, but not as comfortably, not with as much power and torque and towing capacity of a diesel. But it will do the job, and it'll do it for less money. So again, it's all a matter of budget versus expectations. Anyway, thank y'all for watching, and I do have some more videos coming up. I probably won't do another one today. Tomorrow I'll try to shoot some more. Saturday, you know, tomorrow we're expecting a pretty big day. I may or may not shoot something. We've got a ton of appointments tomorrow. All these towables I've done this week, I've really got the phones ringing. My salespeople have got a ton of appointments on the board, which I know not all appointments show up, but 50, if half of them show up, which is about average for us, we're going to have a humongous day. So please if y'all come out tomorrow just to come look, please guys, be patient with my salespeople. They are all booked solid tomorrow. So, you know, Saturday, just for casual lookers who didn't make an appointment, you're certainly welcome to come look. But especially tomorrow, keep in mind that it's going to be more or less self-service. I mean, if you have a question about something, come inside the showroom. I'll be in there, and I may have a salesperson that's in between appointments that can probably help you, or I'll try to help you answer a question or two. But just be patient with us. You know, if you have to wait a few minutes, don't get mad, don't get upset. We'll get to you as soon as we can. You're going to see a lot of cars parked outside tomorrow, people looking at RVs, and everybody's welcome. I mean, I'm not like Rip Off World and all these other places that, hey, if you're not here to buy, get off the lot. And that's the way a lot of them are. In fact, I had a customer the other day that was just in the process of starting to look, not ready to buy probably for another year or so. And I told them they were welcome to absolutely welcome to look as much and as long as they want. We'll answer any questions they have. And they said they went to Rip Off World up the road here, and they told them they weren't going to buy for a year or two. Salesperson pretty much told them to leave. They said, hey, I can't make money. I said, I don't work for free, and I can't make money off of guys like you because I probably won't be here in a year or two. I was like, wow, that's pretty bold and intense. But they're on an up system up there, so they take turns with the customer. So he might not, so that salesperson may not have another up the rest of the day. So, I mean, I guess that's why they were like that. I would have been a little bit more diplomatic about it, I guess, but I don't think I would have been that rude. But hey, I mean, you know, that's why I'm glad we do business the way we do and just let everybody look. Everybody works together here. Nobody pressures you. We let people look. If you want to talk to a salesperson, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. We don't puppy dog you around the lot, show you stuff. We don't interview you before we let you go on the lot or interrogate you. It's like the other places do. You can park where you want, just don't park in the driveway. Because people say, for some reason, people like to park right in our entrance of our driveway. And it's like block people from entering or exit the dealership, and I don't know why people do that. It drives me crazy. And then when you ask them to move, they get mad. It's like, you go to the grocery store or the Walmart, do you just stop at the entrance of going into the main entrance, coming in off the main road, and just park your car and walk all the way to the store? I mean, I don't get it, but people do strange things. But, of course, you're welcome to park anywhere. Just don't park in the driveway, please. And if I ask you to move, if you do park in the driveway, don't get mad. I mean, one guy even went so far as got in his truck, sped off, and slung gravel everywhere and cussed us out, and then wrote us a bad review last year because he parked blocked the entire entrance to our service area. I mean, and basically parked halfway in our entrance, halfway on the main road, and got out and look at fifth wheels. Even though there was a whole open parking lot, all he had to do was pull up another 20, 30 feet. He could have parked at and been right there at the fifth wheels. Craziest thing I ever seen. Oh, guys, I don't know. How many of my viewers are in customer service and see stuff like this? They just get crazy sometimes. And don't get me wrong, I love talking to people, and I meet some great people, and really some great people in this RV lifestyle, and people here at the dealership, and RV customers and RVers, and just generally people I work with. But is it my imagination, or are people getting crazier at the same time too? I mean, a certain percentage. Not everybody. Most people are cool, but I'm just saying I have dealt with some interesting people in the last few years, to say the least, that I just still shake my head in disbelief about. And I could tell you plenty of stories, guys. I mean, it is kind of funny looking back. You know, there's been times where my mouth was open. I didn't even know what to say. I mean, anything from I had a lady travel from across the country and came in to the showroom dripping wet one time. I'll tell you this real quick before we get back to the thing. And it says she drove by a creek and it just called to her. And she jumped in the creek and swam in her clothes, got back in her car, and came into the dealership to look at campers and was dripping wet everywhere. And she drove like 500 miles here. And asked if we had a towel she could dry off, she can go look at campers. And I mean, this woman wasn't like in her wasn't like, you know, crazy. I mean, she was like in her 40s. She wasn't like senile or nothing like that, or, you know, anything like that. It's just that's lately what I've been seeing a lot of. It seems like lately it's worse and worse. So I don't know. It's interesting. I'll write a book when I retire one day. I am going to write. I think I'm going to write a book one day. It'd just be a funny read. Not mean funny, but just be a humorous funny. And the funny thing is, she actually bought a motorhome from us. I'll never forget that. But anyway, thank y'all for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. And remember, we do have delivery service, $2 a mile financing available with approved credit. And if you're interested in this fifth wheel, give us a call, 706-965-7929. We have no fees, just applicable sales tax. And thanks again for watching, guys. Smash me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and check it out. We've got a large selection of fifth wheels. You can go to my website, parkwayrvcenter.com. I'll put a link in the video description below to our fifth wheel page on our website as well, or you can just type in parkwayrvcenter.com. Come out and visit with us. Got plenty of used inventory to look at, and you can't beat our prices, that's for sure. Thanks again, and look forward to seeing you here in beautiful Ringgold, Georgia.